Assalamu alaikum. Again, my name is Imam Mahdi, and continuing the salvation for America and the world at large, we come to Goa, Islam, native descendant Indian American nation. This is a tribal government. This is an established government here in the so-called United States of America. Because United States of America is a corporation. It's not a continental government. It's a corporation. And that's why the head is called capitalism. And that's why the presidency is called the administrative, and his administration of this capitalism. And that's why, again, the economy is the main topic. Job and the like of is, whether the jobs be available here in America or foreign, whether it be domestic or foreign, that is the biggest issue. You understand? And religion plays a major part in this capitalist system. Because we all know, say if you're Christian, we are in the seasons what they call holidays. You have Halloween, Thanksgiving, you have Christmas. And all of this against the law of God. But it's a commercial, religious-based ritual of Christianity that is part of the capitalism. As I said earlier in other parts of my invitation to for your salvation, is that Christianity is not a religion from God. Because even in Christianity, even in the gospel of Jesus, it forbid you to practice the man who goes into the forest, cutteth down a tree, and bring it to their home and fasten it down with nails. Cut it down an evergreen tree, bring it to their home and fasten it down with nails and decorate it with silver and gold. This is abomination to their soul, whoever practiced this. This is in what we now call the Bible. But yet, ministers around this country practice this ritual. The ritual of Satan. You got to understand that you're living your life upon the rule of Satan, the rule of the devil, the rule of Iblis, Diablo, Lucifer, whatever you want to call his name. That's who you're living up under when you follow these doctrines of Christianity. You have to accept this fact. You have to accept this fact. So, with our tribal government, Islam, native descendant Indian American nation, not only we're inviting Americans to this salvation, but we're inviting the world. Because so-called black African Americans, the descendants of slaves, as I've said before, everything on the continent of so-called Africa is yours, belongs to you. Everything surrounds the Mediterranean. Any country that touches the Mediterranean, that natural resource, that land, that territory belongs to you. Everything that touches the Arabian Peninsula, Saudi Arabia and all the countries around it, that land belongs to you, so-called black man in America. And as I said, Donald Trump said you don't have anything to lose. Yes, you have all your natural resources to lose. And most important, you have your soul to lose. So I'm bringing you and inviting you to this salvation. this salvation that you prayed for many and many generations. All those religious songs that you cry out to God for in your worship. Well, this is it. This is Him answering you. So when you go to church and you sing the praises of God, this is Him now answering you. Are you going to come to the salvation that you asked for? Or are you going to neglect the salvation that you asked for? We got to abandon all the false organization, religious sectors like Shrinism, Masonry, Freemasonry, secret societies. You must abandon that stuff, because no Mason or Shriner will ever enter paradise. They only can get what they can get now on this earth. And after this, they're on to the hellfire. The smokeless hellfire. You understand? Same thing with, as I said previously, with the Christians, the Jews, and the polytheist Muslims. After this, they're on to the hellfire. And they try to take many of you with them as they possibly can. Satan been at this a long time. So he uses religion, politics, and all other entities to direct you and invite you to the hellfire. Your friend, as Allah reveals in the Quran, are those who invite you out of darkness into light. And your enemy, as Allah reveals in the Quran, is those who invite you out of light and into darkness. And see, that's what America and all these organizations have done, inviting you out of light and into darkness. Now Allah has sent me, Imam Mahdi, to invite you out of darkness and into light. And I know what I'm saying to you. You understand. You believe in everything that I'm saying to you, because it's the truth. Because when truth comes, falsehood no longer exists, nor can it reproduce. So you hear and understand what I'm saying to you, and it's very clear to you. And to some, it's going to be easy to come into the salvation. And for others, it's going to be hard, because you're so attached to the false ideas and distractions that the devil have set up for you in your bestiality. The beastmen as mankind and as humans. And if you don't understand what that said, when I say beastmen, you're dealing with the insane, bestiality, bisexual, transsexual, homosexuality. You understand? You're dealing with these things. And when I say bestiality, you're dealing with people who have sex with animals. Dogs, goats, cows. Be careful when you date someone or marry someone who love animals all up in their homes. Be careful. You understand? Or you dealing with homosexuality, which they made legal in America, in many states. How another man want to go inside another man and play with his feces, his anal, and think that is okay, and then walk around in this country like you're an honorable person. You're a beast to play in another man's feces, manure. You nasty, man. Ain't nobody told you this? You're nasty and filthy. And the sad thing about it, when this homosexual thing began, they want to say, well, they're right, they're civil right, and they equated it with black rights of oppressed people of slavery. This is the worst insult that you gay people can ever have done, just to try to get a right. They was born this way. And the way they was born is a just and righteous way. They just got hit in the head by Shaitan. Nobody's born gay. That's a decision. Born black is not a decision. That's what you don't understand. Your mind is messed up, deranged. So in this nation, this tribal government, we are doing business not just with Americans, so-called Americans, inviting them to the salvation, but we doing business with other countries, especially on the so-called continent of Africa and the Middle East. and all that surrounding the Arabian Peninsula, what we call Saudi Arabia. Because so-called black man Americans, descendants of slaves, and Native Americans, all that over there belongs to you. And we're going to take 20% of every country on the continent of Africa and in the Middle East by law. Because it belongs to us. 20% of land, territory, resourceful land and territory, which consists of diamonds, gold, oil, vegetation, and other natural resources. Because it belongs to us. And this is our economy. And this is how America will come back into its economy if they come into the salvation. This is how this is going to become the golden age. And we trade on gold, not on the dollar bill. Everything that we do in our banking system is based upon gold. On the standards of gold. The gold standard. And the diamond standard. Yes, I said diamond. The diamond standard. Because some gold pieces, we will have diamond placed inside of it as to raise the value of currency. Where other gold pieces won't have diamond placed inside it, just to lower the value of currency. So America, so-called United States of America, coming to the salvation, then that's how our economy will be boosted back up. Because of our trading through the salvation by the law of Allah, by the law of His Al-Quran, by the law of Allah Al-Quran. This book. You know what I'm saying? And the books that and the work that Allah has given me, as I've said, we have our books on how everything is implemented by the law of Al-Quran. Al-Jihad, volume 1, 2, and 3. This is it. This is it. But you can get it, download the volumes. Go to www.jihadtv3.com. That's www.jihadtv3.com. Not only you can download the book, but soon I'm going to have the documentary dramas because we shooting film too. This is what I do. We shooting film too. I'm the producer, the director, editor, the writer. And see, that's one thing about shooting film. You become an independent filmmaker. Nobody can tell me what to shoot and what not to shoot. But you go to Hollywood, they're going to tell you what to do and what not to do. But they can't tell Imam Mahdi what to shoot and what not to shoot. And that's why I can bring it to you. Those brothers out there, they can't bring it to you like this. They're not going to be able to come to you like this. So they got to put all the tools of Satan in their film production just to do work in Hollywood and elsewhere in America. We don't have to do that. And we don't do that unless we use an example to make a point. So, and I say, I say to the brothers who do have money, make your donation. Come into this salvation. So, with the 20% of the land of every country, if they refuse, which some countries are putting forth effort to give us reparation of the so-called continent of Africa. And that's why we have to set up our banking system. And that's what is in this tribal government. As I said, you have Isa, Mahdi, Islam, Lariba Exchange Incorporated. That's the banking system that I have incorporated for our people. Because we cannot use their banks. They're untrustworthy. They won't even give us proper loans to start even business, do nothing. You understand? And they make you have bad credit. Even if it's a 1 penny, they'll put your credit rate and say you owe the bank some money. And you don't even know that you owe 1 penny. This is their criminal activity against the oppressed. And if your credit is not good, they won't give you an account. This is not a practice. And that's why they have the prison industry set up on many levels. Because like I said earlier, you are still slaves by the Constitution of the United States of America. You are still slaves, so-called black man, descendants of slaves of America. You are still slaves by the Constitution. The Emancipation Proclamation did not free you. It just freed you from individual ownership. But the United States still have ownership over you. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States said they will not emancipate you. You cannot be emancipated. You will not be paid for loss of life. And you cannot question them. They have just set themselves up for destruction with the 14th Amendment. By the law of God, no oppression. Every Muslim fight against oppression. And wherever a Muslim at in the world, you fight where you are against oppression. And all these foreign Muslims that over here, you never saw them fight against oppression on your behalf. Because they're not here to fight against oppression. They're here to enjoy the false ideas and distractions of being a beastman and mankind and human. And yet trying to teach you Islam. You understand? I want you to set up in the mosque and they want to tell you what to do, but yet they not provide no type of service to help you. And if they do help you, you better believe you're going to be helping them a lot more to help them get established. And they still going to look at you worse than the white man even look at you, as a nigger. So as I say to the rich black folks in America who are descendants of slaves, we have to move this thing forward because the foreigners can't do it. They'll get sent back to their country even if they raise their voice. I done seen it happen. Again, I have seen it happen up in Cleveland, Ohio, on Snow Road, where they had a mosque up there. Imam Mahdi. He said something, especially during the era of 9/11, before that. And I have talked with that brother. And they exported him back to his country because he opened up his mouth. You understand? So I know what happened to them. So they won't speak out. And that's their slavery in this country, is to be a quiet church mouse and work and do their job, whether they're doctors, lawyers, or just regular businessmen or working in factories. It doesn't make a difference. Just keep your mouth shut. And they understand that. And they can't practice Islam as Allah commanded in the Quran. But you can. But you can't practice when you listen and hear and obey the disbeliever. Now I'll tell you not to hear and obey the disbeliever. You hear and obey him, Allah, by the law of Al-Quran. So you come into this salvation that I'm inviting you to. And bring your talents. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because if you don't understand what I'm saying to you, Allah will make you unclean to continue what you're doing. So my brothers and sisters, that's what this banking system is for. And not only that, we have Imam Mahdi Sweets and Transportation Incorporated. That's for us doing international business, not just locally, domestically, nationally here in the United States, but in other countries. Setting up hotels, restaurants. That's what this business consists of. Food chain. These are the things. I'm not just, this is not no idea. This is something that is active. Because I have people out there who come, well, it sounds good, as I once said before. But, you know, how are you going to make that happen? It's happening. Everything that I'm telling you is established. We are in business. And I'm just one person, as I once said. I'm just one person. And Allah blessed me to do this, bring this to you by myself, through my efforts. I had a brother here or there will help finance certain things, or give a donation here. And Allah blessed them for that. You understand? But the thing is, if I'm a poor man who can do all of this, imagine you brothers who have over $100 million, what you can do. You understand? But with me being a poor man, it don't stop me from doing what I need to do. I still have my children. I still have my home. I don't worry about I won't be able to feed my children because I'm speaking out. I don't worry about stuff like that because I know the truth. I've seen the truth. I've been to paradise. I've been to hell. I know where you're going. I know where you're going if you don't accept this invitation. I've been to hell countless times in my existence. That's one of the blessings that Allah has given me. I can speak with authority. I'm one of those persons who have no doubt when you read about it in the Quran. I know with surety. I didn't need the Quran or the Bible or anything to inform me that God exists. Allah gave me the experience. I've been to paradise, been at many different levels. Go constantly every year. Constantly. Since the day I was born. Even before. That's how conscious I am of what I'm inviting you to. So I know the Quran is the truth. And when I read any other religious book, I can spot the falsehood in it. I know the Quran is complete truth. That's why I can talk about foreigners who know the Quran in Arabic well. And I can tell you where they fall into polytheism at. I can do that. Like the Saudi flag. When they say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. That's not in the Quran. But yet, Muslims all over the world is gravitate in that system. Over 99%, again, as I said, of American Muslims follow that doctrine. And they're all going to the hellfire because it's not in the Quran. Saudi Arabia was set up by the British government for that oil, that gas. They destroyed the real Islam over there. The real practice of the Quran, because Islam cannot be destroyed. Islam is from first creation until Allah destroyed the entire universe. Which Allah has shown me that too. I've seen the entire universe destroyed 3 times. Allah has shown me our solar system being destroyed 3 times too. I've seen it in fast motion, slow motion. Allah can teach me how and see how it's done. I've seen these things. I've experienced these things. I've been taught by prophets. I visited prophets. I visited messengers. You understand? So when you don't have to believe. You can believe me or you don't. To me, it doesn't make a difference. But I'm just opening myself up to you to let you know. What I'm saying to you, I'm inviting to you something that is impossible to be wrong. That's why I call it the valid truth. It's impossible to be wrong. Valid truth, valid justice, valid peace, valid freedom, valid love, valid joy, valid unity, valid success. That would produce valid happiness. Valid truth, that means it is impossible to be wrong. You understand? So this is what we're coming to. So in conclusion, this coming to the organizations that Allah has given me for your salvation. You have, for your rational, spiritual, academic, religious, political, model society, and the valid truth, you have coming to the salvation of your rationale through Al-Jayuko Masjid Jihad Allahu Akbar. Through your spiritual coming through the salvation through Al-Jayuko Masjid Jihad Allah Akbar. For your academic salvation, come through the organization of Al-Jayuko Abdul Baki Media Productions Incorporated. For your religious salvation, come and join us in Imam Mahdi Military Incorporated for your salvation. For your political salvation, come. I invite you to Al-Jayuko Islam Political Nation Agency. For your model society, I invite you. I invite the entire world to come, join us, support. I invite you to come into the salvation of Al-Jayuko Islam Native Descendant Indian American Nation. And with that, all these entities, I ask you, the supporters, to come join, especially so-called black African American descendants who are multimillionaires and believe in Muslims who are millionaires, to come into your salvation and support, financially support Al-J-U-Cor with this banking system and this international trade of the banking of Imam Mahdi Islam Lariba Exchange Incorporated. This is our banking system. Coming to our import system, our hotel system, our transportation system, our food chain system, our commercial system, which is Imam Mahdi Sweets and Transportation Incorporated. And all our entities are secured by our security agency, which is Al-J Islam Extreme Holy Land Security Agency, in which we do deal with firearms, we deal with everything. So, and everything that I'm inviting you to is legal. I won't bring nothing to you that's not legal. So, when you spend your money or invest in it, it's legal. In any document you need proof of, I have it. You understand? I have it. So I'm inviting you to this. So I would like to thank all of you who listen, who want to get in contact with me for your salvation. I invite you. And to those of you who choose to challenge, I say this to you. I have no competitor. There's no one that can compete with me. Because you don't have my experience. You don't know what I know. You don't understand the 19 sciences, which I have a patent on, the 360 degrees, a patent, a cure for every disease. I'm just giving you right now the social disease. Your social, I have the word architecture, social structure. You understand? I have the science. That is a cure, the formula that is a cure for every ailment, every disease. Just need to bring in the scientists to take it to the next level. But me, myself, and I'm giving you the social cure myself right now, which I call the World Architecture Social Structure, Al-J Islam Political Nation Agency, the 19 sciences, for that solution and salvation, which is the rational, spiritual, academic, religious, political, model society, and the valid truth, which is the Al-Quran. Different stages of the mind. You have the subconscious, the superconscious, the magnetic conscious, the infinite conscious, the intrapersonal conscious, and the interpersonal conscious. 7 stages of the mind. You understand? And then you have the physical, the mental, the emotional, realization, control, will, and infinite. The 7 firmaments. Bliss them all together, the infinite levels, it becomes 19, even though it's 777. At the end of each is 7. Infinitely. Because infinity, El-Nur, exists in all of creation. And that's why 21 becomes 19. But I can break this down to you on other and many levels. That brings it to 360 degrees, my brothers and sisters. The cure for any disease. And then that is expanded with the exponent of each 19 by 19. In every direction. That takes it to many levels of sciences. Allah Akbar.